I'm Ted Brooks with Maglogix. I'm going to show you a little something about the new Maglogix Alfra heavy lifting magnet. The TML 250 is what I've got in my hands. It's actually ideal for lifting thinner metals as well as thicker metals, something kind of unique. And we've been using this magnet in a number of ways to help us build this military cab. This military cab is going to get a lot of abuse, so it's important that we build it as strong as possible. Obviously, with the lifting hook and the ability to lift 3/16 and 1/4 inch plate easily, we're able to lift all of these pieces of steel up onto the plasma cutter, off the cutter, put them on a cherry picker, and even hang them right here on the cab. But when you've got just a little bit of residual magnetism left in the magnet, which is how they've been designed, they're self-supporting, which means I can leave my hands free to do the work I need to do. We've got gussets and extra bracing throughout this military cab that we're building for the DoD. So we'll show you an example of how this magnet's used, even when you're not lifting, just to hold things in place with unprecedented strength. So we'll put in a typical brace that we needed to do. It needs to be flush to the face of the cab. So we'll just slide the magnet down slightly. When it's in place, with the finger I can turn it on, and I've got a rock-solid set of hands. With the small magnetic field that we've built into these Alfra heavy lifting magnets, we're able to get our arc and our spark closer to the magnet than ever before. In some cases, maybe down to 1 inch or so. But it's going to hold this steel for me while I get a chance to work on it, while I get a chance to get my gloves and my helmet on.
So in this case here, we had severely warped steel that we needed to pull tight up against the frame. What we did is we would attach the magnet directly to the inside wherever there was a large gap or a large warpage. When we stick it on, we could then take this and either attach it to an adjacent magnet on the opposite side, or we can hook it up on the outside or even to a solid post. At that point, we could put 1,000, 2,000 pounds of force to suck in the steel to where it is sufficiently flat up against the tube metal and ready to weld into place. So as you can see here, we will attach it on the outside to another magnet. This magnet could easily be positioned inside or outside, since it's got so much gripping strength. You have to be careful, we've actually broken the straps. And now you can see we can put some very substantial tension on here.
So that would actually pull the side in so that you could do your initial welds.
Yes.
1/4 inch armor plate.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Now, Ted, go ahead and tension that considerably more. We've actually wrecked quite a few of these straps with the amount of force that we've put on this.
What else did you use the magnet for in this application?
Holding the sheets in alignment is critically important so we can get a perfect seam. So we'll actually put a magnet onto the piece that's lower and have it help us push the piece that's still protruding down flat. I can show you that easily. Go ahead and break this one loose. And again, in the case of this magnet with over 3,000 pounds of holding force, it can easily take a piece of steel that's protruding, simply bridge the gap with the magnet underneath, turn it on. It's going to push this down. There's just no other way to do that without welding in place some steel, putting in some shims, and then grinding it off and you're done.
Of course, one of the other areas that we have been known to do is you will take and place a pry bar in here, and you can imagine placing support on one side and just really pulling down very, very hard to position the little edges back into points. We actually use a 6-foot bar, but I don't want to carry that right now.
So what it is basically at this point a 3,000 pound anchor. It's kind of the way everybody's been tack welding a piece of steel in place with holes in them, getting out their dogs and the drift pins. This is just a lot faster, a lot easier. And when you're done, it comes off that quick.